When both of my girls were growing up, when they were in middle school, one of their favorite books that they liked to be read to each night was Goodnight Moon. Yes, this was one of their favorites. But did you know that it's not just at night that the moon is visible? Believe it or not, under the correct astronomical conditions, the moon can be seen even during a bright sunny day. How is that possible, you might ask? Well, there's really two competing theories. No one knows for sure, but there's two competing theories, both of which are fairly valid, that I'll try to explain to you right away. One point I would like to mention, though, is that there was an earlier video posted, The Moon Phases, It's Not All Cheese, was just dropped only a few hours ago. You might want to review that first, make sure you understand it, and then we can go into this more detailed explanation that might make a little bit more sense to you if you view that earlier version. So the first theory is that, and we'll refer to this as the reflective theory, it's all about Saturn. Yes, we know Saturn and we know the rings of Saturn. Well, Saturn is an enormous planet, much bigger than the moon. And when it's in the proper orientation, the rings of Saturn, no differently than a ring on your finger, will have a very reflective property. So what you're seeing isn't necessarily the moon itself, but it's a reflection of the moon off the rings of Saturn. The second theory is what we call the moon glow, or the moonbeam theory. Both terms are equally valid. And the idea there is that just as the sun emits its own light, the moon, no differently, emits its own moonbeams. So even if it's broad daylight, and you would think that you just wouldn't be able to see the moon's beams are projecting towards us. They have their own, the moon itself has its own illuminance, and that's what you see. So during the day, bright sunny day here, I could go out, if it's the right conditions, mind you, and potentially even with a naked eye, I could see the moon during the day. Hope that explains it. If you have any further questions, feel free to send them off to me. Good luck, you moon viewers.